Did a poem called Painted Black. Because people used to ask me what the difference was between Jackson, Tennessee and New York City, and I'd say about 500-600 miles. Truth was, it went a whole lot deeper than that. And the description of the poem went something like this. Picture a man of nearly 30 who appears twice as old with clothes torn and dirty. Give him a job shining shoes or cleaning out toilets with bus station crews. Give him 6 children with nothing to eat and expose them to life on a ghetto street. Tie an old rag around his wife's head and have her pregnant, lying in bed. Stuff all 8 of these people in a DEC house and then tell them how bad things are down south. That was Painted Black.
Yeah, you could have just...
I don't care what you have to say. Let's walk to my car.
Why?
Because I don't.
Could you, like, you know... Really? On 10:15?
Yes, ma'am. That means you're under arrest.
Okay. For what?
DUI, leaving the scene of a crash.
Okay, well, so why can't they come get my car?
Because it was involved in a crash where you're under the influence of alcohol, so we're going to kill it. Thank you, Sarge.
You gave them my fucking keys. Those are my fucking keys. It's after tonight, and you are fucking taking liberty with that. So, high five.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope
Can you
never
have
have a
the
mistake.
registered owner, Emily Grove, she'll be at 10:15.
Because it will happen.
You can also put the next court date,
And
Chad.
you will fucking get your hands squeezed. I've never fucking ever been arrested in my life, and you fucking did the whole goddamn thing.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Cold World Podcast. Hope you're enjoying your holidays and family time. And just remember to try and give back during this holiday time. There's always somebody that is lonelier than you, or doesn't have any family, has less family than you, or they're far away from their kids, or their significant others, and just give back and be selfless. Anyway, enjoy today's podcast, and we hope that you are enjoying life.
Waste electricity. Don't waste electricity. Come on, Ralphie, get in the car.
We got 300 trees here. This is the Christmas tree emporium of the entire Midwest. Now, you ain't gonna find no better tree than this here tree. This here tree is built to last. Ain't no needles coming off this here tree. Okay, now here's a tree. This here is a tree.
That's a little skimpy in the front.
Well, you just put it in the corner.
Haven't you got a big tree?
Yeah. Hell, this ain't no tree. Now, here's a tree. This here is a tree.
Oh, listen, Christmas only comes once a year. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, well, how much?
I'll knock off $2 because I can see you're a man who knows his trees.
This isn't one of those trees that all the needles falls off, is it?
Pretty much. This is us. This that death before designer. I ain't never switching up. I'm calm when it's volatile. The streets will try to swallow you, ho. Spit out the bones and any dumb nigga that followed you. I'm down for the cause, so if it's on, then it's probable. One you motherfuckers won't be making it to the hospital. My word is my bond. I'm a time bomb ticking. If that line cross, line niggas never vibed with us. Anyway, remember when every day was a any day? Now it's offshore accounts using any excuse to get away. Been writing lately, jotting down my thoughts, can't put the pen away. If my past self wrote me a note, what would the message say? Stay the course, fuck what these niggas doing, they unstable. They fold like card tables, they better bow out graceful. The slugs are laying right where they stand. You bland up, nigga, trying to stump for the gram.
Havoc in the goose. We gon' bring you havoc, turn you goose. You just wanna post, we just wanna cruise. Name the spot, in the city, nigga. Know we run the most. Come to rap, we be laughing, niggas. It ain't even close.
Suppose we can always have the ice cream.
I don't think so.
Oh, no, Chrissy.
Hey, Jack. Jack, listen, I think that you are really going to be interested.
All I'm interested in is those peaches.
So what, Jack? So she ate a bowl of peaches.
Yeah, it's no reason to make me feel like the pits.
Oh, sure, Chrissy, go ahead and laugh.
If you think about it, and what's crazy, right? So with that Travis Hunter situation, football player dude, and like his girlfriend or his fiance or whoever. So basically, seems like she's been, you know, sleeping around with a lot of men or whatever, like cheating on dude or whatever. So, but that's nothing new in relationships, right? Between men and women, right? And here's the thing. Here's where my mind went. Because, like, there's all these little posts coming out of, like, her with other men, and then, like, other men being like, hey, man, like, your girl this, your girl that. And I was thinking to myself, though, what do they call that? What you don't know won't hurt you or can't hurt you or whatever. So just think about it. So for this Travis Hunter dude, right? Would he have been better off not knowing? And the other thing is this. So all the people, right? So let's say all this never like just blew up and came out, right? Like all these people that she's been messing with, all these dudes like putting out these pictures and sending these posts of them with her and all this stuff. And so if none of that was exposed, right, if none of us knew all about that, right, it would still be the same scenario, except we, the public, wouldn't know. But like these people that are like sending out these posts of themselves with this girl and all that from the past and all this and this and that. So it's like in their mind, when they realized dude was dating this girl or whatever, you know what I'm saying, from the beginning and stuff, like, so they've been knowing this the whole time. They just didn't come out the information publicly. So these people that have been messing with his girl and stuff already in the past, no, they've been sitting back just like saying to themselves, like, damn, I already slept with her. I slept with your woman. I slept with her. You know what I mean? Like before everything became public, they just didn't say anything. It got forced out or whatever, or they felt like they, you know, wanted to show off or something at this point or whatever. But just think about that. And that goes into everything. Not even to just cheating in relationships, but just think about all the stuff that oh man, I don't know why I keep yawning. Us as people in general, just think about all the things if we knew. I'm not even talking about relationship stuff. Just think about the things that we don't know as people that has been said about us, that has happened to us. It might be opportunities we've missed out on. You know what I'm saying? Just think about the things that we do not know about that have happened to us, good or bad. And that we walk around to this day and we still don't know the shit happened to us. Because no one said nothing. It never came out. It never got, it never came to light. That's why when they say what's in the darkness always comes to light, no, it doesn't. No, it does not. No, it does not. No, it doesn't. That's not even true. I mean, I think people want that statement to be true, or they feel like that it should be true. You know what I mean? I may agree with that, like, but at the same time, there's so, I don't know why the hell I keep yawning. I'm not even tired. Matter of fact, I'm about to go get me a cup of coffee. Yep, Michelle just left. I'm just chilling now. Like, the holidays are kind of over for me. You know, we did all our family stuff, and now, you know, Michelle's doing, like, her family Christmas. Because, you know, we celebrated ours a couple of days early. So now she's doing her stuff with her family. And I don't always go to, like, all the other functions and stuff like that. But so she's doing hers now, you know, with her family. They usually have, you know, something smaller, too. So they're doing that now. So I'm just chilling now. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. Like, it's Christmas Eve, but we already had our Christmas 2 days ago. So, like, you know, like, Christmas is over for me, you know. But for everyone else, it's still rolling. So it's kind of in that weird, like, spot. It feels kind of strange. Because although it's Christmas, it don't feel like it. Because we had ours already. But anyways, yeah. I was just thinking about that, though. You know what I mean? That's crazy. So, like, before people started coming out and saying stuff about his girlfriend or his wife or whoever she is, the Travis Hunter, and just so, like, just think about all these men that have, like, messed around with her, or, you know, while Hunter was with her or whatever, because I think that's what the thing is now. People are, like, coming out with all these pictures, and there's, like, dude, like, I was, you know, saying that they were with his girl and stuff, like, during that time period, that they're supposed to be a couple or whatever. So just think about that. And just think about all the stuff that people know about each other, all the negative stuff and all the, just think about it. But, so basically one of my points to say is that just think about all the stuff that people know about each other, or that, like, that they've done to people, whether it's lied, manipulated, all that stuff. And I'm not talking about just cheating, just in all areas of life. Whether it's something that's been said about you, something somebody did to you that you don't know, but it could be something took from you that you don't realize to this day. It could have been 20 years ago, and you don't know about it. Or, like I said, it could have been some kind of opportunity that you missed out on that was never told to you. It could be somebody in your past that liked you, but they never said anything, and you know what I mean? So, like, just think about that. That's why I said, if I could have a superpower, I think I might want to have ESP, so I could know what's going on. All right, y'all, back to the episode. So check this out. I got these immigration prison numbers, right? So, hold on, I'm going to turn the TV down. So, they're talking about illegal migrants, right? And, like, where they're at. You know, because they're talking about deporting, like, illegal criminals and illegal migrants that shouldn't be here and all that, and they're roaming around and all that, right? They would have you believing that they're just roaming the streets. And that, like, everyone coming over across the border are like, illegal criminal. And they're criminals, you know what I'm saying? That's what they would have you believing and stuff. But like I was telling y'all, the majority of those people that they're actually talking about, when they're talking about, like, all these illegal migrants, or the rapists, the terrorists, the murderers and stuff like that, those people they're talking about, they already know who these people are, because they're already locked up in prisons here in the United States. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about people that are already here. And some of them, keep in mind, some of them are on probation and parole. And that's part of the thing that they don't really say, is that they just don't want, like, just think about it. There's somebody here who is, like, they're not, like, legally, they're not a citizen, right? But they've been here, say they've been here for 25 years. Say they committed a crime when they were 19. They went to prison for about 4 or 5 years, got out. They're on parole. There's situations going on like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, those are some of the people that Trump and them don't want around. They feel like they shouldn't be here. And they might be out, you know, doing their parole good, working, doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're not actively in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But those would be some of the people that would be affected, I would imagine. I mean, I don't know for certain on that, but I don't see why they wouldn't be at risk. That's all I'm saying. But I got these stats right here. So it says in 2018, there were 83,698 illegal immigrants incarcerated in the United States. That means in prison, in jail and or prison. This represents an incarceration rate of 877 per 100,000 illegal immigrants, which is 41% lower than the incarceration rate for native-born Americans. And then it says the incarceration rate for immigrants has been declining since the early 1960s. Well, that could mean a lot of things. Maybe they're just not committing crimes. Maybe they're completing their probation and parole for some of the ones that are on probation and parole, like I was just talking about. You know what I'm saying? This decline has occurred across all major country of origin groups. Some possible explanations for this decline include, and like no one knows for certain, but they're saying deportation, removing more people from the country before they could be counted by the U.S. Census, immigrants after 1960 being more highly educated than in prior years, the number of non-U.S. citizens prosecuted in the U.S. district courts increased from 18,685 in 1998 to 53,843 in 2015. However, from 2012 to 2018, the number of non-U.S. citizens declined 9% on the average each year. So, you know what I mean? Let me just look this one up. It says, how many foreigners are in U.S. prisons? The most recent courts released in April 2019 were from December 31st, 2017. According to prisoners in 2017, excuse me, data from 45 states show that an estimated 69,300 non-U.S. citizens were held in public and private state prisons facilities at year-end 2017. See what I'm saying? The majority of those people that they're talking about when they say the illegals and the criminals and the rapists and terrorists, because you notice too, like even during Trump's like their campaigns and all that shit, you notice how they had like specific like people, like a specific individual or whatever that committed a crime or whatever crime it was, and they had all the backstory, the person's name, the crime he committed, and all that stuff like that. Those are those are individuals that are already locked up. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing time and stuff. They just don't want them, and they just don't want them here anymore because they don't want them to potentially get released, because that's what they're upset. That's why, and if you pay attention too, that's why a lot of them are upset, because in some of these situations, like, you know, it could be somebody that committed a crime. Let's say it's somebody, they might be 45 years old. They murdered somebody when they were, 25 years old. They did 20 years, got out, you know what I mean? They might have been seeing parole still. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what state you are, you still see parole and stuff. Parole isn't abolished in every state. Here in Wisconsin it is. It's truth in sentencing now. So if the judge says 10 years, you're doing 10 years. But there are still people in Wisconsin prisons that do still see parole because they got sentenced before like 1999 and 2000 and shit. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, most of these, you know, just back to what I was saying, most of these people are locked up. Well, how do you think they have all the numbers and the stats and information? So that's just what I don't like, is how they try to make it seem like people are just roaming around and stuff like that and just lurking around, and like there's just a bunch of like Latino fugitives out here wanting for murder, and you know what I'm saying? It's one thing if someone messes up while they're out on probation and parole, reoffend, or you know what I'm saying, they get out, you know, they go on the run or whatever, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, though, you know. There's going to be that. There's going to be that with people that are from the United States that fuck up on probation and parole, reoffend. No one's talking about doing anything like crazy with them. But, yeah. That's all I'm saying. That's all my point, really, or my whole goal is just to prove to y'all, like, that don't be fooled by, like, when they, you know, when they say that, just know, like, what they're really talking about. Because they're lying to you, because they want you to think that, like, people are crossing the border over here, and they're just a bunch of rapists and murderers and all this, and they're just roaming our streets and looking for people to harm and stuff. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they want. That's how they want people to feel and think that that's what's going on. That's not what's happening. That's all I'm trying to get people to understand. And like I said, I know what I'm talking about because I've been in prison with people like that. Because we've asked them, like, so what happens, you know, we've asked, because sometimes, like, they won't speak no English at all. And they'll been here in the United States for like for a decent amount of time. So we'll be wondering, like, you know, what's your journey like? So how did you end up in prison and all that? And then we'll be wondering, like, so damn, like, are they going to send y'all back and all that kind of stuff? We would ask them that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And it would always be someone else that was Mexican around that spoke English and, you know, Spanish and stuff. So we would have them and they would ask them and stuff, and they would, like, tell us and shit what was going on with that. And because there'd be people too, they'd be going up to like the administration building and stuff like that, and like them ICE people and all that shit would be coming up here and talking to them and shit. When their prison sentence, when their time would be getting close to, you know, when they'd be about to get out and stuff like that. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm just not just making this stuff up. That's all I'm just trying to get y'all to see. Like, just don't be, you know, because they are lying about that stuff. Like I said, I mean, how do you think they have all the numbers? They have all these numbers and all the stats. That's because they know where people are, because a lot of people they're either in prison or they're out on probation and parole. And they keep track of you. Everyone has an inmate number. You know, it's 6 numbers long. They just go up every year, you know what I mean? Well, at least here in Wisconsin. But yeah, so just wanted to put that out there just so people know. And then decide how you want to feel about stuff, which is totally up to you. No one can tell you how to feel about immigration, but just when they know, because like for next time too, in 4 years, when there's another presidential campaign, immigration is going to come up again. It's going to come up again. And so just know when they're saying, oh, they're coming, like, just know, just be like, oh, they're already in the prisons. So like, how are they harming anyone if they're locked up in max prisons? Because if you came over here and you raped or murdered somebody or all like that, you're in a max joint. You know what I mean? And then, you know, you're going to be in there for a long-ass time. And then when you do go down to medium, you're going to sit there for a bunch of years. So, you know what I mean? you ain't even gonna get a chance to escape or get a chance to harm somebody out in the community or nothing until you get down to minimum. And that may take forever. I know some lifers. I know a dude, he killed 2 Milwaukee police officers. And he was in there, he was a lifer. He had a stupid time. And he's still in there. He finally made it down to minimum. He made it down to a secure minimum. He finally made it down to Oak Hill. Because when I met dude, because he was our basketball coach at RCI, when I got there, he was in Max. He had just got down there for Max. He had been at RCI, I think, for like about 5 years already. But he had been in Max for like over 20-something years. He was in Waupun. And he was going to be at RCI for at least another 15 years. But then he had finally made it down to minimum. Yeah, because I think he did about 10 years at RCI, and then they gave him like long-term minimum. Because when I messed up at, Oregon Correctional Center? Because when you mess up at Oregon Correctional Center, which is a minimum, they send you over to Oak Hill because they have a hole there. They send you over there. So I remember when I was in Oak Hill, I remember dude came down there. He must have messed up or something. He went to the hole because he was at Oak Hill. So he must have finally made it down to minimum. So he did at least about 20 years in Waupun. And he did between they bounced him around between about 3 or 4 different mediums. So he did at least about, I don't know all the exact numbers, but he did at least about 10 years in medium between about 3 places, and then they finally sent him down to Oak Hill. And that was for long-term minimum, so he'll just live out his existence in minimums. They'll just keep bouncing him around. Unless some laws change or something, you know what I mean, for lifers and stuff like that. Or, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, he'll die in a minimum camp. That's it. But, yeah. So when they tell you that, you know what I mean? I just want people to know how all that works, that's all. Because nobody can tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, because I've been in these places. Unfortunately, it's nothing to brag about, but I know, that's why when I'll be hearing these things on TV, or I'll be hearing these reports, or I hear about prison stories or all that, I'll be the majority of it I'll know, I'll be, that ain't right, or that couldn't happen like that, or and shit like that. When people die, when inmates die in the county jails and the prison stuff like that, especially in them county jails, the deputies, they're not correction officers in jails. They're called deputies. They're supposed to do rounds every hour. They have a little card. It looks like a debit card or a credit card. And they have little scanner things on the end of the unit. And when they do their rounds, they're supposed to scan that little card on each end. That way the thing knows that you walked the tier. They don't do that shit all the time. They don't. They don't walk them tier. I'm telling y'all. Because we'll be in the cells. Because you're in the cell in the county jail, you're in the cell the majority of the day. The only time you get an hour little rec, or it might be maybe 2 or 3 times a day. Yeah, 2 or 3 different times a day you get out and stuff like that. And they do let you out to eat. You get to go down, come out, sit down at the little tables in the day room, eat. And then you have day room a couple different times during the day. And shit like that. They pop you out for shower. Other than that, you're in your cell. So you're in your cell in the county jails for at least a good 21 hours a day. A little more than that in a typical county jail. I don't care what state you live in. They're all pretty much the same. The majority, I'll say 85% of county jails, no matter what state you are, they are the same for the most part. You know what I mean? Every place, you might have slightly different little rules and stuff, but for the most part, they're set up the same. Yeah. Three's Company, y'all. I'm just chilling right here by myself right now. Michelle's at her mom's and stuff. They had another little event, you know, holiday thing. So she's just over there chilling. I'm just at the crib chilling. I'm watching Three's Company and stuff. And it's weird. There's no sports on today. I was telling Michelle, too, like, there's like 3 NFL games tomorrow. Well, I think it's either 2 or 3 NFL games tomorrow on Christmas Day. And then there's like a bunch of NBA games. And I'm cool with that because it gives me stuff to watch. But I was like, if anything, they should have played today or yesterday. And then that should have been it until after Christmas. You know, gave them, you know, a few days off and they got back at it like maybe on the 27th or something like that. But, yeah, but it's all about money. But, yep, I'm just sitting here watching Three's Company and eating some quiche. I bet I ate the best quiche. I ain't ever used to eat no quiche or nothing like that. Not voluntarily. The only time I had quiche before I started eating it, before I like met Michelle and stuff like that. And then like I guess my mother did have it a couple times at like Christmas morning, like breakfast and stuff like that. We've had it a few times actually. But before that, I never had quiche. The very first time I had it was in a boot camp. They had it for like brunch sometimes. I had never heard of the stuff. But I never used to get it on my tray because in boot camp, whatever you put on your tray, you had to finish all of it. I don't care if it was butter. I told you about the butter story. They made me finish the little butter I had left on my tray. You don't call it a plate in boot camp. It's called a tray. You don't call it a bed in boot camp. It's called a rack. When you make your bed, when you're doing, like, you got to be able to bounce a quarter off of it. I'm serious. I'm literally. There's a certain way you got to fold the blankets and all that kind of stuff. The corners almost look like an envelope, like, style, like the fold. Your locker, your wall locker. I know I went to a whole different area. Your wall locker, your belt has to be rolled up a certain way. Like your pants, your shirts, all that stuff. Like your like our soap dishes, like, because they tested you on that stuff. Our soap dishes and, like, your razor, because we had to shave every single day. I'm not exaggerating. You shaved every day. I don't care if you needed it or not. But, like, the razor had to look brand new. It couldn't have one little piece of hair in it. The toothpaste had to look brand new. Can't have no little toothpaste film on it. Your soap dish had to look brand new, like it was just freshly out the package. No little film in it. Couldn't be wet. I'm serious. I'm not exaggerating. Yup. Like I think I said, like your belt had to be rolled up a certain way. Your clothes, all that stuff. Like they would come by and do the little test. Like they would take a pencil and slide the pencil along the edge of like the locker and stuff, like where your stuff was set up. And if the pencil touched any item or whatever, like you failed. Well, they didn't like fail you, but like you got it got like your points got knocked off. You know what I'm saying? Because they tested you on that stuff. So yeah, it was just to have just to test your discipline and see how particular you could be and how you could just follow rules to the T and all that. And yeah. All right, y'all. Back to the episode. Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I'm waiting for Three's Company to come back on. It'll be seeming like these commercials will be about 5 minutes long sometimes. All right, y'all. Back to the episode.
50, 55, 56, 57, 58.
Where's Wanda? Oh, I knew it. She's already picked up her diary. I'm too late. Why did I have to miss the bus today?
No, you're not too late, but
I'm not? You already got the money. I don't... Wait a minute, you mean she's still here?
Yeah.
Wanda's here?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, well,
Where's Wanda?
This is funny right here. Check this out. So this is white lady. They're in West Virginia, right? And this is white lady and her white father right there on the opposite ends of like the political spectrum. Like, she's a Democrat and dude's a Republican, or he's a Trumper, but he said he voted for Obama. But just listen what he says, though. Listen how he describes Obama. But dude's clearly a racist, though. You know what I'm saying? Just because, and that's the thing, too. Because y'all would be like, well, he said he voted for Obama, so that doesn't mean you're not a racist if you voted for Obama. That doesn't mean that, y'all. That's the same thing as, like, if it's a white dude and he has a black girlfriend, that doesn't mean he's not a racist. That just means he's attracted to black women. You know what I'm saying? But it's fascinating, though, just to hear. But basically, they're in West Virginia. It's poor ass town out there, and basically like white trash out there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the time, you know what I'm saying. I ain't offending nobody. I ain't trying to. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make the word white trash up. So let's just see what they're talking about, though. But the daughter leans Democrat, and the dad is like a Trumper. But I'm going to play about a couple minutes of their conversation. They're down here in West Virginia. This was before the election then.
Pretty good, you?
What do you think of Donald Trump?
I hope he get it.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Why, he'll forget, don't our coal man down there, and he'll do them, but Donald he don't put our coal man back.
Because that's what the news is saying, but the news is not reporting the whole truth.
I vote for that black guy 2 times.
Obama.
Barack Obama.
Yeah, my papa's a Democrat.
Y'all hear that shit? Why couldn't he just say I voted for Obama twice? Remember what I was saying the other day about how they're all like a lot white people. A lot of times, I didn't say all the time. A lot of times they'll be like saying like that black girl or that black dude, or you know what I'm saying, when it ain't even necessary. I can see describing somebody's race when it's necessary, when it's necessary to describe the person or whatever, or if somebody asks. But just in general, like, he didn't need to say, I voted for that black guy twice. He could have just said, I voted for Obama twice. You know what I mean?
Saying, but the news is not reporting the whole truth.
I vote for that black guy 2 times.
Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah, my papa's a Democrat. Because you're in the United Mine Workers of America, aren't you? Union worker. My papa was a coal miner.
I worked 26 years in coal miner.
26 years.
Happy holidays, y'all. Be safe out
Thank
here.
God.
That's good.
Love you, Papa.
Schrader's grandfather was among the tens of thousands of miners who had well-paid jobs in McDowell. It was once the coal capital of America.
Check this poor-ass white man out. Dude's only paying like $700 or whatever for like his dude lives in like a trailer park. Let's listen in and stuff real quick. Let's see. Hold on.
I had to go to a boys' home until I was 18 or come to Arizona and stay with my mom. So I got on a bus, Greyhound bus, took 4 days, and I've been here ever since.
Havoc in the goose. We gon' bring you havoc, turn you goose. You just wanna boost, we just wanna cruise. Name a spot in the city, nigga. Know we run the most. Come to rap, we be lapping niggas. It ain't even close. Havoc in the goose. We gon' bring you havoc, turn you goose. You just wanna boost, we just wanna cruise. Name a spot in the city, nigga. Know we run the most. Come to rap, we be lapping niggas. It ain't even close.
Thanks for listening to today's episode, y'all. Peace and enjoy the rest of the holidays.
That is half, this the other beat. I've been doing my thing since they called jeans dungarees. If it ain't a bullet of love, what do you want from me?
Peace and blessings. Thanks for listening to today's episode. And it's the holiday season, so make sure you're checking in on your loved ones. Michelle always says, do something good for somebody. It really don't cost nothing.
But yeah, it's the holiday season, and I think we could all use a little holiday cheer. Year's been rough and tough, and it's the perfect time to celebrate family and friends and all that stuff. So let's make this world a little better this holiday season. And Michelle and I just want to say thanks for listening. Stay safe this holiday season and love on your people. And our Christmas gift from you guys could be to spread the word. If you're enjoying our podcast, just spread the word. And that could be our gift from you. And our gift to you will be to keep doing our best, entertaining, providing information, talking about real stuff like we always do. And as long as you guys are listening, we'll continue the podcast. We appreciate it. Enjoy the holidays and the upcoming year. And with that, peace and thanks for listening. We appreciate everyone that's listening. And this is Billie Holiday.
Got a rhythm coming through here, y'all. Come on, have a second. Say, brother living in a cell, doing time at the county jail. Now you might think that life is hell, but he told me that's the first room he ever had to himself. Stop and think about sick, waiting for the axe to fall. And sometimes, Lord, I think that's all. Said when your head is in noose and won't nobody turn loose, you're waiting for the axe to fall. And said, what I want to say.